Hi everybody, this is Diana in LA and Cary in the UK, and we're here to talk about this week's stars. Welcome to our weekly reading where we explore all things astrological. From our two different points of view in two different locations in the world, we bring to you a unique astrological perspective on what is happening right now across the globe. So here we go. What a beautiful week it's been so far, as you've already probably noticed. And today we're talking to you on the new moon, which was this morning, March 13th, here in Los Angeles at 2 a.m. And so you might be feeling a lot of dreamy energy because we have a magnificent stellium in Pisces with the sun, the moon, because a new moon is when the sun and the moon are conjunct in the sky, right? The sun, moon, Neptune, and Venus are all together in Pisces. Those planets are so happy to be in Pisces. Neptune rules Pisces. It is a dreamy, dreamy time, so listen to your dreams today and this next couple of days, and you might find yourself feeling very inspired about life again. Now, it's Pisces, so it is dreamy, where the next sign that all of this will move into is Aries, which is much more action. But right now, we're in the envisioning stage of the month, where we get, and of the year, where we can work with these more abstract, impressionistic energies of Pisces. And then the week ends with the beginning of spring. Next Sunday, March 20th, that sun, which is now in Pisces at 24 degrees, will move 25 degrees, 26 degrees, 27, till it gets to 29 degrees Pisces, last degree of Pisces, and then it moves to 0 degrees Aries. 0 degrees Aries, when it hits 0 degrees Aries 0, that is the exact moment of spring. So here we go. What a new world we're going to be coming out into. You can feel the energy as it's starting to move forward more and more as we enter spring. But we're still right now, at least in this whole week, pretty much still moving through those dreamy, abstracted energies of Pisces. So I'm all surrounded in blue and purple. I'm wearing my abalone seashell earrings. The ocean, right? It's Neptunian. It's a time of looking inward. It's still very reflective, but it's also extremely imaginative. One of the things I discovered this week when I was teaching the new moon class is that there were 6 people in my class, including me, that have a Pisces moon. And so I was looking to see who else has Pisces moon in this world, because we're extremely affected by this stellium in Pisces, as are all Pisces, suns, Pisces risings, Pisces any planet, right? Martin Luther King's got moon in Pisces conjunct Venus. And what was his theme song to the world? I have a dream, he said. That's Pisces. That's the peaceful warrior. So, Cary, what are you noticing on your side of the world in these dreamy times?
Hi everybody. Well, in these dreamy times, there is something quite wonderful happening to the UK astrologically, because you've just mentioned the dreaminess of the transit of Neptune. In the UK chart, the UK's moon is at Cancer, and the trining the UK's Neptune in Scorpio. So the stellium at the moment in Pisces is creating a grand trine between the Sun, Venus and Neptune, and the UK's moon and the UK's Neptune. So the feel is that we're a bit like a flower starting to open as the lockdown begins to decrease. In the UK, we're feeling rather good about ourselves at the moment. And in addition to that, in the UK's natal chart, the UK has the Sun in Capricorn at 10 degrees, trining Mars at 11 degrees Taurus. So as Uranus approaches Mars, which can be quite a combative aspect, it will be trining the UK Sun. So we are going to expect lots of very different energies coming forward, and nothing's going to be straightforward, but there's a real positive feel to what's going on at this moment in time.
Yeah, I see it as a really beautiful week. It reminds me of an impressionistic painting, like looking at a gorgeous Monet, and you can see the lilies in the bridge. You know, we're starting to look at our world in a new way. We're coming out from our shelter in being locked down, and we're starting to peek out the door, and it's a new world out there. It's a different world out there. It's changed, and we've changed.
This coming week, on Wednesday, is a magnificent aspect coming, where you've got the Sun at 27 degrees, Venus at 25 degrees, and Neptune at 20 degrees. So as you said, if you've got a planet there, you've got your Moon there, I've got my Venus there. So anybody who's got a planet, one of the faster moving planets, and it's being conjuncted by the stellium, you will really have a lovely feel to the week, because it's a week full of trines and sextiles, which are half a trine. So these are really nice aspects.
And meanwhile, yes, Saturn is still square Uranus in fixed signs. So we're still dealing with the consequences of this whole last year period, 2020, from March to March now, that we're still dealing with the same subject, which is healing and dealing with the coronavirus and all the ramifications and all of the consequences of the financial impact on the world and in our lives. So that Saturn square Uranus is still plugging away back there, but things are looking up. The other big news this week is that Mercury is moving into Pisces from Aquarius. So more dreamy energy. It's really interesting. So that planet, when a planet changes signs, it has a whole different quality about it, a whole different temperature, a whole different vibration, a whole different experience will start to happen. What does Mercury rule? The way we communicate. It's a good time to write a poem. It's a good time to be creative in the way that you speak. It's a good time to write a movie. It's a good time to experience and express those innermost deep emotions. Pisces is mysterious. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. And so we've got this stellium in Pisces with Mercury now moved into Pisces. And so this is a time with the deepening of the deep water, of the ocean of thought, of the ocean of love, of the ocean, the vast bounty of the celestial sky. It's a Piscean time. And with that Mercury moving into Pisces now, you're going to really feel that in the way that you communicate. You'll be psychic. You'll be able to kind of read between the lines and hear what's really happening, to see how someone really feels differently than maybe the way they say they do. You'll be intuitive. This is a good time to practice meditation, to practice your abilities to perceive and discern in these Piscean times.
And for the United States, the stellium in Pisces is going to be affecting the communication, because in the United States, on the natal chart, Mercury is 24 degrees Cancer. So this stellium is trining Mercury. So, for example, people are feeling good in certain areas about themselves and about their environment. And it depends which part of the United States you're in, I guess. I mean, for example, Texas, they've taken the decision that they're opening everything up. So that is freeing up the communication, freeing up travel, feeling good about themselves. And you've got that stellium there in Pisces trining the Mercury of the United States, of which Texas is part of that. So people are feeling more optimistic, and as the vaccinations go on, that feeling will become more and more positive. So actually, for the next couple of weeks for the United States, it's a really good time. One thing you might want to look at, if you've got a copy of your own natal charts, have a look to see where these stelliums are sitting in your chart, what house they are. So if you haven't got a planet in Pisces or Aquarius, have a look where this stellium is. I was looking at someone's chart during the week, a friend of mine, and they had 6 planets in their first house, the house of themselves. And they were saying things like, I need to work on myself, I need to do this for myself. And it was quite interesting what she was saying, because it was emulating what was happening in her first house. So have a look at your charts, see what houses that those planets fall in, because that is the emphasis at the moment, a huge emphasis on that part of your chart. So if it's in the 4th house, it'd be to do with family. If it was in the 7th house, it'd be to do with relationships. If it's the 11th house, it'd be to do with friends. If it's the 10th house, it'd be to do with work. Have a look, because whatever house these two stelliums fall into will be having a profound effect in your life in a particular area.
Exactly. And how amazing it is to have a map like that that you can refer to anytime and see, where do these planets affect my chart? It's right there. It points right at the subject, right? So where does your Pisces fall? Mine's in the 3rd house of my neighborhood. I've been dreaming and dreaming and dreaming this week about my neighborhood, about the place that I live, about my relationships with the people that are nearby me, and wanting to make more connection with that. In fact, I just bought a bike, and that is about a 3rd house thing you could possibly do. And I just did that. So it's in the air, right? So where does it fall in your chart? Check it out. And if you ever want to find out more about your own chart, you can always contact Cary or I, or both of us for that matter, and we'll do a chart reading for you.
That's right. And if you've got a copy of your chart and you want a quick question answered, you can always put it on our Facebook page.
When Mercury is in Pisces, it gets its finger on the pulse, right? It's feeling what is the zeitgeist of the culture. I wonder what's going to happen musically this week, right? Like what kind of art will be created during this period. Now, we're not going to probably see that art immediately necessarily, but it's being written this week, right? And some people are going to be expressing it, whether it be by music or by art or by oratory, offering in a speech, an inspiration, thinking Martin Luther King, I have a dream. We need a new dream giver. We need people that are the spokespeople for love, for healing of the world, for healing with each other. And this is a time where we might be seeing someone or some many coming forward and starting to speak into that and speak to that light and speak in the name of love to the world. It's an exciting time.
It is an exciting time, which is the opposite of what was happening last year, because everything is beginning to open up a little bit. People are beginning to feel a bit freer. It's going to take time. We've still got, as you pointed out, this square of Uranus to Saturn, but that's there for the next few months. But like any challenging aspect, if you've got some very nice aspects going on at the moment up there, it kind of lightens that.
Like this Tuesday and Wednesday, we're having the moon conjunct Uranus. And when the moon conjuncts Uranus, which is squaring Saturn, there's a kind of spark to things. You could say that's the square to Saturn, oh, that's not so great. But you know what it is? Because it acts like a backbone. It makes it strong, it makes it last. So those things that maybe come out of a little bit of a squeeze from some pain or some reaction or some discontent, right, in ourselves or in our world, actually creates a creative solution to that. With that Saturn in the back, it makes it last.
Actually, for the UK, that's a really nice aspect. So on Wednesday, where you've got the moon conjunct Uranus, so it's the moon conjunct Uranus conjunct the UK's natal Mars, trining the UK's sun. So it feels a bit edgy, but still positive, and there'll be a really good feel to the week. So this is a good week coming up.
Yeah, so take advantage of this week. Get yourself out there. I've been telling everybody, write, meditate, do things that are letting the inner out, to these dreamy states that we're in, to take advantage of those dreamy states, because those visions that you're having are going to be what are manifested in this next coming year. So what are they? You know, what are those seeds that you've been planting? And as we hit spring this Sunday, we are going to be in a super dynamic, moving, activated time. So that's when you'll start to see the germination, right? The creation, the idea, I'm going to do this thing. But this week is more about cultivating the soil to discover what wants to come forward, like the magic 8-ball, where the word comes up, yes, right, to your life, that you're starting to realize in a way, realize, make it real, right? In this week, we're exploring that territory. We're the deep sea divers, right? And we come up for air as spring springs this Sunday. So we'll see you next week at the first day of spring, and we wish you an amazing, inspired week. And listen to your dreams. If you are liking these broadcasts, we hope you will share them and comment and subscribe. See you next time.
See you, everyone. Be safe. Have a good week.